So welcome everybody. I want to introduce to you a very big person, a good friend of mine. His name is Fran. He came from Croatia. Hello, Fran. How are you?
Hello, David. How you doing?
I'm fine.
You sure
Uh,
you're fine?
I'm fine. I'm really fine. I want to make
Okay.
a toast with you. Thank you
Okay,
for coming all this way. You come a long way. He come a long way from Croatia. Thank
bro.
you very much, bro.
No worries. I'm pleasure to be here.
So, Fran, I want you to tell the audience uh, where are you from, what are you doing, introduce a little bit yourself, your business.
Okay, cool. So my name is Fran. I'm coming, as you already mentioned, from a small country, Croatia. I'm surprised that a lot of people didn't recognize that. I don't know, maybe you can smell a Balkan accent from miles away, but a lot of people still asking, "Where are you from? Where are you from?" So I'm from Croatia, born and raised there. My background is a bit strange. So I'm in the online space, so in, let's say, agency space from 2020, but my road was bumpy till I got on a right track. But I was always fascinated with entrepreneurship, online businesses, and all that good stuff. I always felt that this is the way to go. But you know how, if you are growing up in some countries like Balkan countries, and through our conversation, I figure out that Israel is the same way. You go through bad companies, you go through bad friendships, all that, you school, this or that, and then you have a bumpy road. But somehow I pulled out on in 2020 to find the right way. I focused on starting my agency. In that period, it was really common. Everyone was like SMMA, SMMA, all that, all that. I was figuring out my way, what will be the best industry in order for me to start, and then I figured out, okay, this might be something that can be really good because I was a kid. I didn't have a lot of money. I was thinking to myself, how can I make a lot of money without investing anything or not investing much money? How can I do this from home? How can I actually make something successful so I don't have to sell other products, so I can sell something that's not that much tangible? And I figure out that the agency space or the SMMA space is the way to go. And 2 years fast forward till today, we managed more than like 300 clients. We work with companies that are basically spending millions and millions every single month on ads, also with companies that are making more than $50 million in revenue. Right now our client base is basically just like, we are more like not even an agency anymore, but a partner company for companies slash clients that are basically worth more than $50 million in yearly revenue. So yeah, that's like in a nutshell what's my background, what I'm doing, and all the good stuff.
Yes, so I want to explain a little bit more about SMA, a little bit more practical for the guys, so they know how they can make more money uh, with the knowledge from you.
Yeah, sure. So SMMA, or like all overall in general social media marketing space, is how to put it, it's an arbitrage. Like, it's how can I sell something for a lot of money, find someone who will do this for a little bit less, and then how can I put this profit inside of my pocket? So that's the whole, I would say, like, agency background. So it's an arbitrage, and once you understand that, arbitrage can be everything you can probably imagine. The possibilities are endless. A lot of people are stuck with one thing. They focus on one thing, and that's, like, say, for example, I want to sell paid ads, I want to sell websites, I want to sell organic traffic, growth hacking, or something like that, and they stuck with one thing. While when you understand that agency in general is basically an arbitrage, when you understand that the agency is arbitrage, possibilities are endless. So an agency, an SMMA model, can be applied for I don't know, graphic design, videography, having a creative agency, having a, let's say,
Animation videos.
everything, bro. It can be basically every little thing that you can possibly imagine. And not a lot of people understand that, because they think, oh, I need to be good with marketing, I need to be good with this, with that. it's not the case. You can be good with animations, you can be good with video editing, and you can use the same model. So why a lot of people find this really, really interesting is because you can start this from basically from the comfort of your home. So you can wake up one day, you can pick up laptop, and you can find something on YouTube, and you can understand that you can do this from day one from your bedroom in your pajamas. That's what a lot of people find out really, really, really appealing. But there is one thing you need to invest. You need to invest your time. And when you invest your time, that would be occasionally you will start, of course, invest money and all the good stuff. But time and education is the only thing that can basically that is needed for you to actually succeed in this space. This is also how I was starting. I didn't have like $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 in to invest. Like I was broke. I didn't have a lot of money to
So you
invest.
can start. Sorry that I
Yeah, yeah.
break you up. So you can start doing SMMA without any money at all, or you need a little bit.
You don't need to have a single dollar in order to start an
$0
SMMA.
to start it.
$0. Only thing you need is your time. Investing your time into your business. And even if I say it's just time, it's even too much to ask from ordinary people. When I say like you need to invest time, everyone thinks, okay, I have enough time. But when you basically convert that time into actually doing the work, putting in the effort, people start to give up. So only thing you need to do to run a successful business is to invest your time. And beside that, the next best investment, of course, is an education. So the point is that even if you ask people to invest time, it's too much. But the point is you need only those two things to
Yes,
have a
but
successful agency.
you know what's the biggest problem? The biggest problem that a lot of people heard about SMMA, you know, like drop shipping sites, how to build and how to do. But I think that the biggest problem that they take their knowledge from not good sources, not well explained sources. Everybody think that they can do it alone for free or something like that.
That's the YouTube loop.
Yeah.
There is like I love to call
Let's
this.
talk about that.
Yeah, I love to call this a YouTube loop. You end up in a loop of just going from one YouTuber to another YouTuber.
And you get
from
confused.
You get fucking confused. There is like you can't do that. You go from one YouTuber, then you go to another YouTuber, and then you just start. This guy says you need to do email marketing. This guy says you need to do cold calling, and you don't do shit. Why? Because you're confused. You don't know, should you listen to, I don't know, John, or you should listen to Jack? And this is the biggest issue with people that want to do everything for free. I was struggling for 6 months to get my first clients when I was starting out, trying to play the YouTube game, trying to play the YouTube loop game. Once I understood, hey, bro, like you need to step out, you need to figure who should you listen, who is the guy that you most trust, who is that underdog that has enough time to show you something.
One method of working.
Exactly.
I can tell you the same thing about me. When I started to listen a lot of dropshippers that make YouTube videos, I take a little bit knowledge from him, and what the final result was that I was very confused from all the knowledge, because everybody says something else. And I think that in any niche, online, especially in online money niche, you need to find yourself a good man that you can, man or woman that you connect with, and bring you this knowledge in more clearly way.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I say. Like, find the underdog. Don't find the most, like, people do the mistakes. They give money to guys that already have money and they don't give a shit. So, for example, you find someone who is an underdog. Why? If someone already succeeded in something and he is already at the place where you want to be in a couple of months from now, instead of you trying to invest in someone who is like 10 leagues out of the way you want to be,
start with the underdog.
Start with the underdog. You invest money into this guy, he will give his heart and soul in order to help him.
Yeah.
And I know this from my personal experience, giving the heart and soul to someone, because he only had to give you his trust. And when he gave you his trust, you are here to show them everything. That's the
I want
point.
to say a little bit about you. I want to say a little bit things about Fran. I met him one day ago in personal, in a physic way. Met him. So I want to say you that I saw you in my car while we're driving and talking. You were talking with your clients that bought from
Yeah,
your plan. I just want to say that I saw you that you're giving a lot of knowledge. You answer everybody. You not just there just to sell.
exactly.
I want. I wish everybody on YouTube was acting like you. I don't give a fuck about everybody. I just talk the
Yeah,
truth. And what I say, what I see from you, you're doing the right thing.
thank
I
you.
think you're doing the right thing, bro.
Because I was avoiding to start anything for a long time, and then I understood that if I want to open spots to help other people, I need to do this right way, because I'm not here to last for 1 month, I'm not here to last for 2 months, I'm here to stay. I'm here to I already said, like, we built a completely custom platform for people that want to start their agencies, and for people that are here basically to start from zero to hero, working on our platform, basically getting help from us. We created an app, we created a platform, we do the things right way, because
Yeah, I can say that you're making that's really serious. I saw your app.
yeah,
The app looks really great. I just want to
thank
say,
you.
bro, looks really great, and I see you get a lot of your own attention for the people in there.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, like, I like, people were pushing me, like, you need to show other people how to do that. You need to show it, and I was always avoiding it, because, like, money for me personally, it's just an energy, an exchange of an energy. There is not that much value. Like, previously, I was always chasing money. Like, I was always chasing money when I was a youngster, when I was just starting out with everything. Since I realized that once you stop chasing money, and when you actually focus in growing the businesses, helping other, the money will just follow. So
Yeah, of
once I
course.
started to do that, everything changed, and also the people that joined our platform, people that joined our program, they feel the same, because I don't spend a lot of time talking about mindset, because I don't think that's important. I'm not here to show people and to push them. I'm not a motivator. I'm not like that speaker
I
or
think you
something
really
like that.
are. I think you really are, because I agree with you and not
Okay.
agree with you, because you know there's a lot of guys like Andrew Tate who talk about personal motivation, not about you know some specific niches.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that as I said before, if you connect to the person who give you the knowledge, I think you need to go and listen to them in all of the ways. You know, like. Relationship ways, if this person talk about that, I think you need to connect to that person.
I agree with that 100%. That's going back to the topic with the underdog. You find a guy that's the underdog, the guy you can connect with, and you just follow his path. That's the easiest thing to do. Like, if someone asked me how I would make all the money I made till this day, I would skip this 6 months where I was trying to play a YouTube loop game, and I would find someone that I like immediately, because I know if I follow this guy and if he has a legitimate resources, I will be at his place, just if I use 10% of my brain, only 10%.
Yeah, of course, 100%. I think like that too, because the money thing, the time thing, it's really important for
Yeah.
you to become an entrepreneur. The time thing is really important. So you need to connect to the right person to do all of that stuff.
You need to find the right leverage. When you are broke, you have more time than you have money, so you can leverage time. So once you leverage time to get
That's
money,
the recipe, bro.
you get money. Once you have enough money, you understand that money can leverage you to get more time. And this is what all of us basically desire to create more time with money. So I'm buying time all the time. Through my whole life, I'll be buying time. And once I buy enough time that I can spend, like, basically my whole life doing the shit I want, spending it with my family and loved ones, then I basically did the right thing. So that's how I create everything. That's how I basically create energy around everything that we are doing.
Fran, I want to ask you a question. Can
Okay.
anybody can be rich?
No, and I have a good explanation why.
Okay,
Because
it's very interesting. I want you to tell us why.
exactly. So not everyone can be successful. Not everyone can be rich, and the percentage of people that will be watching this podcast will go into this percentage that might have a really big possibility to be rich. Because I'm not the ordinary guy. You are not the ordinary guy. Shlom is not the ordinary guy. The point is, people like us, we didn't spend our time like I don't know, smoking pot somewhere in the park and not doing shit. We were basically sitting and watching the same podcasts and the same videos like the guys that are watching this are doing right now. So that's like 1% of people that have possibility to become successful.
Yes, but I want to tell you that even if you guys are smoking pot, partying, doing stupid things like wasting your money on shit, you can always and anytime make your right move.
If
The
you
a-
make the right move.
Yeah, yeah,
If you
that's
make
very
the right
important.
move.
That's very
But
important.
there is a 90% of people that will not make the right move.
Yeah, because
So-
they're fucking lazy. They can
Exactly.
do shit, and they can stay on their comfort zone and work 9 to 5 with their shitty jobs, drive and fucking average car, live in a fucking average apartment, and live like that, and the end of the till the end of their lives.
Yeah, sticking with the rat race. But the point is that then you have already diversified 90% of ordinary people with the 10% that are watching this podcast, that are watching this type of topics on the internet. So I'm not the ordinary guy, you're not the ordinary guy, and probably a guy who is listening to this podcast right now, or a girl, they are not also ordinary people. So that's the difference. I seen those that don't do shit, and I seen those that do shit. So that's the difference between does everyone can be successful or doesn't anyone can be successful.
Yes, of course. I think like that too, because if you can make an action, if you if you can make an action, you make it. When you decide to make it, it's a couple levels takes to make this move.
There is a good quote from Alex Hormozy. He said, "I can't lose if I don't quit," and that's the basically the simplest quote that tells you everything. That
Yes,
is,
of course.
everything's about action.
Nothing at all gonna go through smooth. No, there's no fucking chance. There's no fucking chance that everything gonna make you smooth and everything gonna be okay on your path to be an online entrepreneur. You're gonna have a bad times. Sometimes you will need to be a broke one. I don't know if you have a girlfriend that supports you, not supports you. You will have a fight for that. Go to work, not go to work. I know all of that shit. But you really need to dedicate yourself. I think that you really need to dedicate yourself and put hours and time. It takes hours and time to be a successful entrepreneur online.
But at the end, no matter what shit you will go through, you will not lose if you don't quit. The moment you stop doing the work, the moment you quit is the moment you lost.
Yeah, of course.
The moment you wake up one day, no matter how you feel, no matter what happened in your life, and you say, "Today I will not do anything in order to chase my dreams."
That's what fucks you up. That's what fucks you up.
That's what will that's what made you to lose. So that made you to lose.
So, Fran, I want you to tell us and the people who are watching us. Maybe some of them are business owners. What you provide to your customers, and then I will explain what I provide for my customers.
Okay, cool. So what I do is I have two type of people that we serve in this space. One is the e-commerce / local businesses that are under my agency. So what we are providing is paid ads. We are only focused on paid advertising. Mostly the businesses we serve right now are supplement brands, e-commerce brands, and we are not working with companies that are doing less than $10 million in annual revenue.
Okay.
Right now, as I said, we have very few selected clients that are working with us for years and years. So this is what gave me a possibility to create a really stable, completely on autopilot agency that basically has around 10 people working for it right now. And once I put the agency on autopilot, it gave me enough time to start helping other people. And this is where the idea about agency pattern grow out, because a lot of people started to reach out to us, ask us questions. Like, this is also not my first podcast. I was already, because of my agency, invited on a few podcasts as well. And after that, a lot of people reach out, "Oh, can you show me this? Can you show me that? Can you show me this?" And I was like, okay, I have a lot of knowledge to share. I created my own system. I figure out the way how we can set up basically the complete agency on autopilot. And I said, okay, I have a lot of people that need help, but I'm not one of those guys that just want to drop some shitty course and pick up my money. Like, I'm not money hungry. My agency is making enough money.
Yeah,
So
I saw that.
my agency is making enough, so I don't have to even do anything else. But I love to basically work with other people, young people, because I see myself in them. And this also, as I told my team, look, we're gonna create a platform, something that is unique, something that can provide a lot of value. And then we created a web app and we created a mobile app to connect agency owners and give them everything they need from start to finish. And no matter how much money you have, starting basically from broke, the education that we are providing on our platform starts from basically from $30 to our most expensive plan, which is $500. And all what we provide is fully, completely money back guaranteed. So if you don't make any change for your agency, we will return you all your money back, no questions asked. So that's what we are doing lately. Beside that, also I'm building few softwares. I mean, like, once you enter the online loop, once you understand how businesses work,
Yeah.
like, the options are just opening. Like, I met you right now, we talked a lot about business topics, you gave me some ideas, I gave you some ideas, and it's just branching out, bro. Networking in the online space,
it's fucking crazy. So
zero
how much
limits.
time ago we talked? 2 months ago?
Yeah, something like that.
2 months ago, I was texting this guy Fran, my friend. Now he's my really good friend. I love him so much. I texted him and we talked about your SMMA course.
Yeah.
Talked about it, and then we communicated, and you came here to do the podcast with us, with me and my partner that he doesn't love to film, so he's sitting there outside. He is afraid from cameras a little bit.
But
So yeah, you can always create your own network. You can always create more. You can outreach people, talk with people.
I know it's a really cliche what people say, that you are the 5 friends you're hanging around with. But at the end of the day, throughout my whole life, I was proven that this sentence should guide every young man and every young girl through their whole life. Because, like, when I was broke, I was hanging out only with brokies. Now that I'm basically making, I mean, I made moves. I'm in a good level in my life. I attracted people that are also in a good positions with my life. When I was a brokey, I was attracting only the brokies. Right now, people that I'm attracting are people that are successful in their businesses, successful in their industries, and these are the type of people that right now I'm hanging around with, and I'm forever grateful for that.
Yeah, of course, I can tell it about myself too. Take me 1 year ago when I was partying and spending my own money on shit. I had a lot of friends. I can call anybody I shake my hand with a friend. I think that was a mistake. Today, I can tell you that I have maybe 1-2 friends. One of them, it's my partner, Shlomi, that's sitting right there. I canceled just everybody. And I just want to tell everybody that when you started to cancel all the bug friends, those friends,
the leeches,
the leeches, those people that don't do nothing, just talk about shit every day, and don't want to proceed and make a really move in their lives. You'll be alone in a while. You'll be alone, but you'll find the right people at the time. You'll find the right people to connect with, and they gonna be your really good friends to connect with.
That, like, as you said, you will have a period where you are alone. Then you will have a period where you will attract people that are successful, people that can help you in life. And it's people do not understand that this is a lifestyle. This is not a 9 to 5. When you're working 9 to 5, you wake up, you do your 8-hour shift, and then you go home and you just fuck around and you forget about your job. You just pray to God that when you arrive at 4 p.m., 5 p.m. at home, you don't think about your job for a second. While us, we wake up and we'll live this life till we basically go to sleep. And even in our nightmares and in our dreams, we still think and we still live this kind of life. So that's like, people do not understand that. So we cannot be connected with people that don't want to talk about business. Because, and not only business, we want to talk about growth. We want to talk about health, wealth,
personal growth,
everything. And if you are not connected with those kind of people, then you will feel miserable. Why? Because your friends wants to talk about soccer, your friend wants to talk about this bitch that he banged last week. You don't
And
want
don't
to
want
talk about that, bro.
Yeah.
That's the point. That's like, it's really hard to find people like this, but once you do, you can spend quality time. Like, even if we talk just about like, hey, like, have you done your cold plunges? Have you, like, talking about how we can actually grow on every segment in your life? And that's the lifestyle. And a lot of people can't do this kind of a lifestyle because they're too obsessed with the things that are not important in life.
Yes, of course. So I want to talk a little bit about motivation. What make you motivated every day? Let's talk about that.
I thought previously, I thought that motivation is like a real thing. I thought like, hey, I need to be motivated every single day. But
Yeah,
it's,
but what the main reason that you start to make these moves, that you want to be a millionaire, your dreams? What the main reason that you came for?
to prove everyone wrong.
What people wrong?
To prove everyone that didn't believe in me through my whole life wrong. To prove my, like, people in my school when I was a teenager, to prove people that I was hanging around with that thought that I will be a bum just like them. To prove my parents that, for example, my father that thought that like all of this is bullshit. Like, all that negativity, I turned it into a motivation. So whenever someone told me that they don't believe in the things I'm doing, instead of me this turning into an anger, or instead of this turning out into a self-doubt, I turned it into motivation. And this is the fuel that fires my engines. So when someone tells me like, hey, I don't believe, like, for example, when I pitch an idea to someone and I say like, hey, I want to do this, and they tell me like, you are crazy, this is like, you will not succeed, this is not gonna be a good business move, I want to do it even more, because I know what I'm capable of, and I always knew what I'm capable of. Since when I was 15 till this day, I knew what I'm able to create, and that I'm not a dumb guy, and that I can sit down and figure the things out. So that fuel to prove everyone that thought I would be a bum one day, to prove them that they are wrong, was the motivation throughout my whole path. And even now, when people see that I made it on a better path, even right now, I still try to find those kind of sentences like, man, maybe this is too big of a bite for him. I try to turn that into a fuel and into a motivation. That's like my backbone.
How we can help people skip the 9 to 5 jobs?
Well, let's move back to a topic where we spoke about it previously, that people need still to work 9 to 5 jobs. We can't help everyone to skip the 9 to 5 jobs, because if we do that, then like what? We will have the community full of entrepreneurs, business owners, and it will not end well. So we still need people to work 9 to 5 jobs. It's not a shame to work a 9 to 5. It's not something that you should avoid. But you have those 9% people that are probably watching this podcast that probably want to skip the rat race. They want to escape the matrix and all that good stuff. And in order to do that, you need to realize that you don't have to go to college. Not that you don't have to go to college, but you need to avoid college under every way. Because if you want to live this kind of lifestyle, where you want to escape the matrix, where you want to be a business owner, why the would you like to go to college? It makes no sense. If you ask every college, if you ask every university student why they are going to college, most of them will say like, oh, I don't know why, I don't know, my parents made me to sign up or something like that. Yes. And the worst type of people that go to college or they go to the university say like, oh, I want to start a business, but I'm gonna start it when I get my degree. That's the stupidest thing you can ever do. If you want to start a business, start it now. What I told my parents when I dropped out of college, so I'm not talking from someone else's perspective, I'm talking from my own experience. Yeah. I said I want to pursue business space, I want to pursue entrepreneurship and all that. When I decided to drop out of college, I knew the risk. I knew what are the risks and what are the rewards. And I told my parents this way. When I came back home, I told them, look, I will give myself 10 years. I don't need anything from you. No money, no nothing, only a roof over my head. Give me 10 years to try to do something on my own, to try to build a business, to try to build something from scratch with my own damn hands. And if I fail, at my 30s, I can still finish 3 years of college. Even a monkey can finish 3 years of a college.
Yes.
And if you don't succeed in 10 years, giving yourself time to actually succeed in entrepreneurship, then you have 3 years to finish a college and become someone that can work 9 to 5 job. Because if you are not able to make it in 10 fucking years, you will not be able to make it at all.
I can tell about myself too that nobody believed in me. All my friends told me, "You can't do this, you can't do that. There's only a few people in the world that got lucky to do this. You don't have the right path. You don't learn enough, and all that kind of bullshit that they talk." But today, I need to tell you that a lot of my friends want me to teach them how to work online, how to make dropshipping business. A lot of them come and kiss in my ass today.
Yeah.
I can guarantee 100% that it was on your side too. That nobody believed in you and you are what you now. And everybody on your friends and every side wants to learn from you and be like you.
Yeah, I mean that's a common sense. But you mentioned also luck. What are your thoughts about luck? When we
I
talk
don't
about
believe in luck.
you don't believe in luck.
I don't believe in luck at all. I think that if a person wants something and he work hard for something, there is no chance in the world that he can't accomplish something. I don't believe it like at all, bro. At all.
I agree with you, but I also believe that you need to be at the right place at the right time, and that's like a 10% of a luck.
Yes, and that's what makes you that's what takes you to the right path. You need to work hard to be on the right path.
Yes, that's gonna continue to basically not that's gonna make you successful. But luck, let me tell you what I would consider a luck. If anyone knows a movie called Big Short, when about the bubble, in like on the housing market in the States, those guys are basically on accident saw that there is a possibility for a bubble. So an economic bubble in this kind of like a housing market, to bet against the market, it's like a betting, like let's say for example Barcelona is playing like some kind of a club from Croatia, and you are betting on a club from Croatia like $5,000 against
It's gonna
Barcelona.
win.
That's the same system when you're betting against the US housing market. And then somehow on accident, a very few group of people thought that there might be a bubble, that it might burst, and they decided to bet against the housing market. So there is like 10% of luck figuring this out on accident, and then the rest actually pursuing that will take the 90% of the work. So you can be 10% lucky. I consider myself 10% lucky. Why? Because I took action at the right time. I didn't wait. A lot of people make the same mistakes, and that's probably the same happening also with people in the drop empire and also in my agency pattern. People they wait for something, bro. I there is a saying that the best day to start was yesterday, the worst day to start is today. So if you actually take action as soon as possible, this will be your lucky start. You will have a lucky head start taking the action when you should take the action. But waiting, figuring things out, and all that will remove that luck. And maybe once you feel ready, and you will never feel ready, that's an illusion. You will never feel ready for anything. But once you think that you feel ready, what's going to happen is that maybe it will not be the right time to enter this market. Maybe, let's say, in 5-6 years from now, it will not be a right time to enter dropshipping. Maybe 6 years from now, it will not be right time to start agency because the AI will take over everything.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know that. You don't know that
Yeah.
as well. But if you think about it, you know that it works today. You know that the best time to start is day. So why wait? Why waste maybe a lucky time, a lucky head start when there is no need to waste it?
Okay, so I can agree with you with some things you say. I maybe all of that, but I have my own thoughts about what you compare the best football group and the worst one.
Yeah.
I think that if it's happened. It's happened a lot when not a lot. It's happened when a little group take over a big group. I think that the little group players are work 2 times harder than the big groups. The big group thought about the little group, so they was losers or something like that, so they're not that good, so we don't work our 100% out. So the little group worked 200%, and for his good work, they was able to accomplish all of that winning.
Sure, I get where you're coming from. I get where you're coming from. But if you think about a different way, in this perspective that I put in, it was just a betting odd example. But I understand what type of like comparison you want to put in, and definitely like that's again talk about the underdogs.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
if you don't appreciate the underdogs, then you can't appreciate the big players. Because underdogs are here to hustle harder, to work harder, to prove, to
Yes.
get to the point. I told everyone, and I tell those that to the members in my community. Once I start getting like to millions a month, and once I start to get paid millions annually, you need to find another guy that's gonna show you how to do this. Because I will not give a about anything, I'll be chilling somewhere. And that's the harsh truth, and I'm not trying to hide it. Because if you think about it, all the big players, they're chilling somewhere because why? They build businesses that create revenue every single month. And what they did then, they started to invest that money to work that so the money can work as passively as possible for them. And they don't care about anyone else except their families
Yeah, of
when they
course.
hit that level. Right now, I'm doing everything possibly I can to help other people, but once I reach some certain goals in my life, I will rather help my son or my wife or someone from my family than to help someone that I don't know personally. And that's what it takes when you basically climb the ladder. And I will tell everyone who is watching this as well, once I get to certain numbers, and I can also probably say the same things for you guys as
Yeah,
well.
of
Once
course.
you reach a certain numbers, they need to find another underdog that has more time than I have, that is willing to help you out with everything you need. Because once I get the resources, I will do all in my power to buy more time with my family and with my friends.
Yeah, I think like that too, because when me and my partner here, Shlomi, when we started to work out the drop shipping sites and all of that, we do make money, a lot of money. I can't say that we are millionaires right now, that we're making a good money. So we start our education program to really help the people to stand with our gap, with our gap. It's not a really big gap between us and between this person who doesn't even know about nothing about drop shipping. So we can really teach that and close the gap and teach our secrets and how we work and deliver our customer services to everybody.
Yeah, and when we talk about when we
לא, לא,
talk.
אתה צריך להגיד שאנחנו לא עשירים. לא, לא משנה, אבל...
הכל טוב.
כי יש חצי ואילו. wait. I want to say something about the luck. I tell you why you're right, and you're not. When you do paid ads in dropshipping, you try winning products.
Exactly.
And in the winning products, I call it only luck. Because this can be a product that me and you and more 50 people or 500 people will say this is product. But when you make a ad, when you make it a ad, the campaign, you see that a lot of people buy it. So I call it luck.
You know what's the thing with the drop shipping and with e-commerce and with media buying companies? Let's say, for example, Facebook, TikTok, and all the media buying companies. There are bidding systems. People are not aware of that. There are bidding systems. So how those companies function is you are selling the same product like 500 other people. And it depends who pays more. Who pays more gets the opportunity to be seen first. So Facebook algorithm is so smart, most of us can't even imagine. So what's happening? You pay $20 per day to Facebook that someone sees your ads. Someone pays 50. Facebook will show you their product to the potential customers before they're going to show you. So it is luck, because you don't know who is spending more, and you don't know who will see your product first. And that's the one part with media buying companies. Then you have everything you mentioned, the product research and all that. It takes a 10% of luck. And I'm not a superstitious, and I don't believe in those kind of magic, all that bull. Like, but when you think about it, like I think that like I'm not like a strong believer, and I'm not some kind of like too much connected with religion, but I believe that some higher power has a plan for all of us. And then how you move in life, you see how this is basically opening another doors for you, another doors. So maybe you failing in this kind of a space was some kind of a sign, and maybe you should basically remove yourself. Or if this product was not good, maybe the next product will make even more money. So I definitely agree with you on that, and this is also how my mind functions. If maybe I was not the right guy for social media marketing space, or running an agency, I probably wouldn't be sitting here right now. And I already have like 2-3 like failed businesses previously in my lifetime. So I just didn't give up. And going back to the old topics, like if I gave up, I would be done. So the quitting part would basically made me lose, but I still continued pursued everything that I have in mind. And some higher power, you can call it God, you can call it however you want, some higher power actually said, okay, this kid is hustling, he's trying to make something, maybe it's right now the time to show him that he's capable of doing something.
That he's in the right path.
There is not only the higher budget that someone else putting, that is luck too, because in the thing that when you publish a product that you try and want them to be winning, you cannot know if the product that you try now, if you don't know if the product that you try now, if someone else already try them, because if someone else already run the same product, and the product is winning in the another man. You understand me?
Yeah.
So if the same product that you are trying to running now is already winning product in someone else's store, you cannot winning it at your store, because the pixel, because M pixel already know who is the
Spender,
the potential customers, and they only deliver the potential customers to the first one who published this winning product. So this is why it's called luck.
Now we're gonna talk about relationships and business. What do you think about that?
I think that that's a hard topic, and everyone knows that it's a hard topic. So I think that a man definitely needs a woman in his life, and all of us are basically striving for greatness. So for example, like as I talk with you, and I have a lot of friends, we share the same mindset. You don't want to grow old and be alone. No one wants to do that. And if you're gonna live like the party boy lifestyle, and if you're gonna live a lifestyle of a guy that's just like basically wasting his time, he's not ready to take any commitment, you're gonna end up old and you're gonna end up alone. And no one wants to do that. So as soon as you realize that you need a woman in life to actually create a family, you don't need a gold digger. You don't need someone that takes who cares what do you drive, how much money you have. Because a lot of girls are really dumb, and they want Benzes, they want Bentleys, they want Birkins, they want all the expensive shit, but they don't want to take the risk of this man losing it all, because all of us are in a risky business. My business can fail today, your business can fail today. The question is she still willing to drive herself in a Lambo and take a risk that potentially she might be driving with you in a bus? And not a lot of girls are willing to take that risk, because girls have like a special like area in their life, which is from 18 to I would say 25, where they are in their prime. That's their prime. While us men, we are entering our prime, I would say 35 plus. And most of the girls in their prime, because of all this like feminism bull, because of all those topics that are pushing this too much, they're wasting their primes to party, to live the high life, to go to college, to get slammed by other dudes and all that stuff. And they waste their primes and they end up single. Because I think that the ratio of single women above 30s raised for 30%
Yeah, it's
into
really big.
last, it's really big.
Really big.
And then like they don't think about the future, and most of them are also like connecting with guys that just want fun for one night, and they don't understand that it's just they are just side chicks. But to move back to a topic, do you need a girlfriend or do you need any kind of a relationship while you are building? I would say no till one point. So you need to spend some time being alone, being okay with yourself, loving every single moment when you are alone and building something. The woman, when she comes in your life, should be just a prize. So when she walks into your life, you should be like you should be already a man. And by man, I consider you should have your own opinions about the world. You should have your own income, business, whatever you want to have in life. You should be really, really stable. Why? Because if a woman meets you when you're unstable, she would be able to do with you whatever the you want.
Yeah.
She will be able to manipulate you. You would not have your own opinion. She would drive you crazy. She would be all psycho, toxic, and all that bullshit. Don't want that in your life. And how you can avoid that in your life is being the best version of yourself. So if you're independent, if you have your own income, if you're doing well in life, if you're jacked, and if you look really good, if a chick pulls in into your life and she starts acting all crazy, you have enough audacity to tell her why? Because you know who you are, you know your worth, and you will not let some kind of sick chick to play with your mind. That's the like you can't tell that if you're a weak man, if you don't have anything in your life, if you're like you're not that much aligned with your thoughts. But if you're a strong independent man, you're able to tell that, because why? You know that you have like 5 women in line waiting for you, and you will see like a lot of people realize that, and I know that you guys realize that as well. Like when you are broke and young, you're always chasing the girls. And when you start chasing the money, when you start chasing the bag, when you start chasing your
The
future,
girls are chasing you.
the girls will chase you. And the ultimate answer to a question, how to basically get girls, is not to get them, they will get you once you get to a point in life where you are aiming to be. How what are your thoughts about all of that?
My thoughts about a woman in your life when you're an entrepreneur online. I think that it's very important to have a nice, really nice girl with really good attentions for you, because it's a lot of gold diggers and a lot of that shit is. I think that 90% of all the girls, sorry that I'm telling that, have a money tension for men's, and we can see this in every videos of girl diggers, and we can see this everywhere. So picking the right woman, it's very very important, because a good woman can take you up, and the wrong woman can take you deep down, and
Yeah.
really deep down, with money wise, with the personal vibe wise. Even if you're a good entrepreneur and you fell in love with some girl that drive you crazy, you can up the whole business, bro.
But
That's how I think that, because I saw a lot of people, maybe a lot of good friends that they was in the right path, but the girl
that's like most of them, as you said, are gold diggers, and are like uh, I'm not gonna apologize for telling that, because that's the harsh truth. And
yes, of course.
the faster people realize that, the more easier life we would live. And most of them are gold diggers. When you take that out of a way, like I would say, most of them also don't know how to cook. And you will think, oh, who cares about cooking? That's the number one essential life skill to survive, to survive. How are you gonna give a woman to raise your children if she doesn't know how to cook? So, like, if you take all those things in consideration, we are living in a society. We are living in a society where women they don't know what they want. They want independency. That's the thing that they have in most of the countries. They have every little detail they need. They are as equal with men in every industry as possibly it can be. And then still they want us to treat them, to pay for the dinners. Look, if you're gonna be my girl, you need to decide what the you want. Do you want to be a strong, independent woman and then don't look at my bank account, or you want to be a true traditional girl and I'm gonna take care of you? So like people, like they don't understand how the world works, and they are delusional. They think that basically the one thing is one thing that they want is okay with the thing that they are not willing to provide, and it makes no sense for us men. And if you're in a if you're a man like I am, and if you're a man like you guys are, you don't need a girl. No one needs a girl. You need a woman who's gonna take care of you, who's gonna take care of your family, and that you, because like for example, right now I'm here in Israel. I'm gonna be here for 6-7 days. Imagine if I had this kind of podcast, let's say in 10 years from now, and if I have a family and I can't give, I need to think about my family, and my wife is not taking care of my kids and everything that I have back at home. How can I peacefully be here, make money, and basically build my business if I'm not trusting this woman with my children, with my possessions, and basically with my own home? So you need, it's, I think Tristan said that once. He said like, maybe she's not a 10, maybe she's not
Yes.
maybe
She's a 4.
yeah, but if she's a good woman, and if she turns a house into a home, and she basically keeps your mind sane, she's more worth it than every other bitch that's 10 and every other bitch right now in Dubai. Snapping
of
the
course.
photos.
Of course, I can tell you the same about myself. Today, before I went, I want to talk about a little bit about my girlfriend, because I think I've been through a lot of girls, not hundreds, but I've been through girls. If you see this, you would tell this. So I know that my girl is the one, because even in my worst times, when I doesn't have any penny, when I started to do the entrepreneurship online, when I dropped the whole work and the income, I saw that she stayed. She
Yeah.
stayed there, and she, even in my worst times, that grab my head and what the am gonna do? I have nothing. I can take. I can't even take my girl to eat something outside. It's really shameful for a man right now. So I remember that my girl come to me and say me, David, everything's gonna be alright. I really believed in you. I believe in you. I know that what you're doing, that is the right path.
Yeah.
And I think that all the guys need to find that girl that support them and their opinions for life. That's what I think.
Definitely. I mean, you will find one that's good for your soul. And I think you found one that's good for your soul. And that's at the end coming to the question, is she willing to take a bus with you? Because if she's willing to take a bus with you, then she's worthy to also be your basically a shotgun into a Lambo. So that's like that's the thing where a lot of people make mistakes. They chase beautiful girls, they chase this one, but usually you saw all those girls at Dubai, you see them in nightclubs. Who's paying for all that shit? It's not themselves. So once you
The man.
understand that all those Instagram baddies are probably smashing some old dudes for bucks and for all those clubs and tables, you understand that this whole social image is and messed out, and all the good girls are probably somewhere that they don't post a lot of things. They don't go to Dubai, they don't go to all those places, because they know that they finishing the school, they're finishing college, something like that. They're focusing on their future, and they don't have time, neither money to go to travel to Dubai. And all the girls that still don't have money and they're in Dubai, you know how they came there and what they are doing there. So finding a one that's right for your soul can only 10x your business, can only help you out to improve as a person, grow, and all that good stuff. So I like, either you're gonna have that kind of a girlfriend, fiance, wife, you name it, or you're gonna be alone. There is no in between. There is no casual datings. There is no all that shit. Because casual datings is also an exchange of energy. Me going on a date with a girl that is just gonna sit next to me, drink coffee, and talk about stupid topics, it will drain me. I will lose 5 hours of my time, and I will feel useless. So casual datings are like the worst exchange of energy. And I used to do it previously in the past, as you also said. I had a lot of girls when I was younger, but if I didn't had a lot of girls back then, I probably wouldn't share this kind of mindset right now, because I
Yes,
would
of course.
felt that I'm missing out. And a lot of people are feeling that like they are missing out when they see some good things do on the Instagram. When they see all of that, all of them think, oh, I'm missing out on parties, I'm missing out on this. That's because they don't have purpose. Once you understand what's your purpose in life, once you figure out what do you want actually from your life, what are your worst fears, what are the most things you want to achieve in life, then you will stop feeling you will basically remove this feeling of missing out. I also had this feeling previously. I see these guys having fun on the Instagram stories, I see these guys having fun with the Lambo, and I'm home scrolling on the gram, and I'm thinking to myself, oh, I wish I'm that guy and all that stuff, until I realized that my purpose is not to be that kind of a guy. My purpose is to be a family guy. My purpose is to visit the world, but not visit the world like, hey, I'm gonna go to Dubai and rent a Lambo and that's it. No, I want to go to the forest in I don't know, in Africa and chase gorillas. I want to experience life at its fullest. I want to have a big family. I want to basically enjoy, and one day when I'm 80, sit in this kind of a chair and tell them a story how I was in Israel with two random dudes filming a podcast. That's a life experience I want to tell my children.
Yes, of course, I can tell about myself too that take me a couple years ago, I was maybe partying. Not maybe, I was
Too
partying
much.
too much. I can tell you on this podcast, I don't hide nothing. I open with everybody. I used to do do not do this. It's not cool. I used to do all of that kind of things, partying, girls, cars, trying to flex everything that I don't really had. But I just want to say that that's not the right path. If you are 14, 15, 16, 17 years old, I will recommend you to I will go a little bit back to find your underdog who teaches you how to really escape the matrix, all
Yeah.
of that shit, to really make the money. And the time you if you are now a 15, 16 years old guy that want to make it in life, and if you take this underdog to teach you in 2025, you're gonna live the best time of your life. You're gonna have all the partying, you're gonna have all the girls. The people are now thinking really upside down.
Yeah.
They think that if they gonna hang out when they're really young, like 15, 16, 17 years old, that that is really good. That's their time to chill, that's their time to make I don't know, drugs, to go to parties. No,
This is
that's
not
what
true.
I think that it sounds a little bit weird, but I think that's what the government thinks you to, what the government taught you to have fun and
Do opposite.
yeah, to 15, 16, 17 years old, and you will you will not do I think that those are the most important years of your lives, so you can make a lot of money and partying and see all the good stuff in life in 20, 25 years old, if you would start to listen to these underdogs in 15, 16 years old. I think like that.
I mean, as I said, I would say I would basically have 6 more months of my life living a better life than I have right now if I did that what you said right now. If I invested right away with someone that was basically in the place where I want to be one day in my life, I would be, as I said, like I would be richer for 6 months more living a better life. But I was stupid, I was arrogant, and I was thinking that I'm able to do all the information, I can collect all the information on YouTube, which is not quite the case. And that's going back to the first topic, is that you should definitely avoid it. Because if you have someone and you are willing to like, if you have someone, the best part you can do is invest into an education. And because like you can't lose, can only walk out smarter. Like walking out smarter for investing, that's the worst case scenario. So if you invest into an education and you learn something, you will walk out with a new experience and a lot more smarter. And that's the worst thing that can happen. The best part that can happen, you walk away with a successful business. So like people are telling me they are willing to pay like $90,000 for a college degree, and they are not willing to pay like $500, $1,000 for something that can basically help them to
Grow.
to grow and to create a business. So you're willing to pay 90 times more for a degree and no one is guaranteeing you a job, and then you are thinking
Staying
that
average.
maybe like 10, maybe 1K is too much for something, for someone to teach you how to actually make a business, to grow a business. So I think people are really thinking, as you said, upside down. They change the years. This society right now is really, 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 and that's the same shit with problem with the Tate brothers, because they first started to spoke about it, and then a lot of people understood. Oh I see,
That's right.
that's right. I think about this the same way those guys think. Oh my God, that's the right. Government is lying to us. They are doing things wrong. This is wrong. This is wrong. And then when people started to realize, as Andrew said in one sentence, he has a control over the most dangerous type of basically of human population, young men in their 20s. He has their attention. He is controlling the basic, as I said, the most dangerous type of people on the planet. And that's why the government, I'm not the big fan of conspiracy theories, but if you ask me personally, I think they are falsely accused for the things they did. Sue me for that, that's my own opinion. But if you think about it, like they were on the way. They started to talk about all the topics that government doesn't like anyone to talk about, and they started to talk this to, as I said, the most dangerous type of people. And all that combined, when people understood that there is another way and that you can remove yourself from all the drama, from all the press, from all the like pain, going working
Toxic data. Or...
going working 24/7 9 to 5s for 40 years, then you started to have basically a batch, a group of people that I call rebels, people that want to do something different. Me, you, people that said of this, I'm gonna do this my way.
My own way. Yeah.
I'm gonna do this my own way. And then those rebels, like all of us, created a communities of other people. They proved these things on their own skin. I proved to myself that I'm able to create a lot of wealth with my agency and with the industry I'm in. You guys proved yourselves that you are able to create a lot of wealth with the industry you are in. And then you figure out the way how you can show this to other people. So that's a question with a yes or no. Are you a rebel and you're willing to join this into someone of either your groups, my groups, or you are not this type of people and you will be a good slave, you will still continue to work, and it's a yes or no question. It's an easy choice. It depends on you. I can't force anyone. You can't force anyone. It's all on you. And as I said, you are responsible for your life. You're responsible for every mistake. You're responsible for every success or win. So there is no one else to blame. Once you start being accountable for every little thing you do in life, then you will understand that you are also capable of doing everything and doing nothing. Hey,
Tell us about how you manage your own money, how you, from your incomes from the SMMA companies.
yeah, I mean, like the money topic and like what is actually the money. As I said previously, also for the relationship, everything's energy, and the money is energy as well. I respect money, but I don't value it that much, and I'm gonna explain right now why. The reason behind my way of thinking is because I look at all of this like a video game, and this is why also Andrew is calling this a matrix or something like that, and you should look at as a video game. Why? Because if you played, let's say, FIFA, or you played Call of Duty when you were a kid, you were always trying to be the best. You were always trying to get to a next level. You're always trying to get the best skin for your rifle or something like that. And this is the same way I look at business and at life in general. You have smaller milestones, levels, tasks, you name it however you want, and you should move task by task in order to get to the big boss, to final mission. And the bigger the mission you have, the bigger the purpose you have, then the longer the journey will be. And all those small milestones will be just a stepstones, and maybe one of those stepstones will be 1 million, 2 million, 5 millions if your end goal is 1 billion. So even then you will not value the money that much. You will respect it, but you will not value it that much. Once you realize that you are just going through a journey, and once you try to resemble that journey as a video game, it would be much more fun and easier to go through it. Let's say, for example, I'm building a company. I have a lot of money in my bank account. And I always resemble that because I was really a fan of playing FIFA Ultimate Team. So let's say I have a really good team. And I have 50,000 coins laying around. What do? Do I continue playing with the same team, or I look how can I buy a better player for a striker position, for a wing position? So I invest this kind of money and I get a better player. This better player wins me more games, and when he wins me more games, I earn more money so I can buy even better players. This is the same thing how I look at my company. So I have an amazing team of people. All of you guys that work for me, I know I have an amazing team of people, but I always look, how can I invest the money I have to bring someone even better? So improve. How can I leverage the money right now in this business situation, not for personal time, but how can I leverage the money to get more quality people, to get more quality equipment, to get more quality softwares in order for us to grow? Because money laying around and just being on the bank account is dead money. I would be more happy to have like $1,000 to $2,000 coming into my bank account every single month than to have like thousands and thousands of laying around and I don't know where the next dollar will come in. So this is the way how I manage my money, how I do my investments, how I leverage my companies, is I look everything as a video game. What would a like 15-year-old Fran do when he doesn't know what kind of player he would buy in the FIFA Ultimate Team? Oh, he would invest the coins. So why the I leave all my money laying around and not invest it if I was basically investing when the money was not real? And why do I act right now that this single banking app that I have on my phone and those numbers are real? Why do I need to act like it is real? So in order for me being scared of investing and all that, I use it to fulfill my milestones, to step on the stones and to get to other goals, to other levels, to complete the missions. And I do all of that combined because I'm not scared. I know that this is, as I said, all illusion. And if I lose all that coins in my bank app, something like that, I know the way how I'm gonna make it back again. So something that no one will ever be able to take from me is my knowledge. And that's probably the same things with you guys. You can leave me right now at a stranded island without a single penny. I'll be able to figure the shit. How can I go back to the mainland and how can I start freshly? I know marketing, I know sales, I know how to build companies. I will figure the shit. I would work as a salesman in a car company. I would make my first $50,000 and I would build myself up because I know how to sell, I know how to market. So you can take everything from me. What is in here is what's going to help me to step across all those milestones, all those missions, and everything I plan to do in life. So that's the way how I look at money. Now I'm curious to figure out how you look at money.
So I think 100% like you. And I believe that if you want to get money, you don't need to chase it. Because if you chase money, you will end up in bad places.
Yeah.
You just need to get really good into your niche. You need to improve yourself, work on yourself, that you will be the right person for the mission to deliver the money. The money always come afterwards. You're finished with yourself. You finish of working on yourself, dedicate yourself for the niche you're working for, and I believe the money will come through. Uh, we have another thing. We have the when you work hard for the money and the money comes, you have to know how to manage the money in other sources, how to invest. That's complete. It's another niche. You just need to learn how to invest your money, where to put your money, and all of that stuff. So yes, I think a lot of like you, 100%, and yes. So Fran, I just want to say thank you very much for all the knowledge that you give us to all the audience. I want to tell you thank you very much for coming here, all the way from Croatia to Israel, the flying, the trip. Thank you, bro. Thank you
No,
very
thank
much.
you guys for having me here. Thank David and Shlomi and to whole Drop Empire to have me here on this podcast. I'm really grateful to be here to share a little bit of my way of thinking, a little bit of my knowledge, meeting you guys, having amazing experience. Thank you for being amazing tour guides, and hopefully I'm gonna meet you guys either in Croatia or in Dubai or someone somewhere. The next
the next
destination.
podcast will be, I promise you guys, or in Croatia or in Dubai. We just need to settle the things up.
Amazing, amazing. Pay less taxes there, but Croatia. Are you familiar with Rimac? They created the fastest electric car, Bugatti Rimac collaboration, something. So he said that his only regret in business space is opening a company in Croatia. That's his only regret. So he has a multi-million-dollar, almost $1 billion company, and the only regret he made throughout his whole business path was opening a company in Croatia.
When you want to take money from someone in your place, maybe for example, I get paid by customers with bank transfer.
Same shit. Me.
I have a business in Dubai, okay, let's say, and it's no taxes there. I tell someone from Israel, bank transfer me. If I tell him to bank transfer me to my bank account in Israel, it's still should pay everything like I live in Israel. But if I will tell
Why?
because it's Israel bank.
But if you use Israeli bank, yes. But for example, I have a company in the States, a bank in the States.
Customer deliver money to another state or bank,
Okay.
you will not trust me.
Bro, like that's not a problem. That's a problem between you and your customers. You need to.
But it's really lower the conversions.
I never experienced that previously because, like, for example, if someone trusts me enough, like, for example, anyone who buys anything from me, they trust me a lot. And if I tell them, bro, anything, bank transfers, credit cards, no matter, but
But how the most
credit cards. We have Stripe credit cards are connected. They pay all through the Stripe, but even the bank transfers, as I said, people that join agency pattern, they are willing to put the money in the envelope and personally drive to my house and give me the money. Why? Because I connect with them on a higher level. That's like I can certainly tell you the reason why all of them trust me is because I'm out there. I post content. I don't hide myself. I tell my opinion. I speak the truth. You know, I lower my conversions because the way I talk. I lower my conversions because of my opinions. Because not everyone will agree with my mindset. Yeah, not everyone.
I thought that bigger the conversions because you speak a lot.
Yes. Yeah, no. The trust is bigger. The trust is bigger, not mostly the conversion. Because let's say, for example, we do this podcast, and I will say something about something that someone will not agree with, and they will not purchase something from me because they don't agree with my mindset. So that lowered my conversions. But what I did, I maybe found a guy that completely agree with everything I say, and he will make anything in his power in order to join my community because he knows that we are aligned and he doesn't care how he's going to transfer me the money. So it's all about trust, connecting with your customers and all of that good stuff.